What's up, guys? Sharp Pro, bada bing, bada boom. If you already know, you know. If you know my Instagram is sharp.pro, go ahead and follow me here. I told you guys I'm going to be a lot more active on YouTube. This makes it able for me to be able to teach you guys and really show you guys things. I'm not currently home, as you can see by my background. I'm at home, but not my one home where I have all my stuff. So I can't really show you guys the stuff like I normally do in my YouTube videos. So just listen, keep it close, and understand what I'm saying to you. Because this one I really cannot show you like I want to show you, which sucks. But we will keep it rolling. I want to stay consistent, get you guys content out there. So let's get into it. This video is mainly going to be about the NBA. So how are we doing with the NBA? So what we want is right before the season starts. This is when right before the play-in tournament, before all that. So there might be teams that don't need to win. There's teams that do need to win. So for instance, let's go ahead and look at teams that don't need to win. You have the Boston Celtics, who are 60-16. The next best team in their division is 47-29. There's only like 5 or 6 games left, so they already clinched the number one. Did they clinch number one throughout? They clinched number one throughout the whole playoffs. So they don't need to win. So what am I saying to you? I wouldn't bet Boston no matter what. Even if their players are playing, I just wouldn't bet them. I think that they're going to keep their players playing so that they can keep good and keep rolling. But I do not see them wanting to run their guys 40 minutes, 35 minutes, whatever it may be. Don't see it happening. The teams that aren't in the playoffs anymore, we'll say like the Pistons, the Wizards, the Hornets. Those are teams that you really got to see, like, are they still fighting for something? Do they still want to win? Are they still playing most of their guys? And if they are, then you know it's good because they're building a good foundation, a good base. I got something on my mask. I'm trying to get it off for you guys because it's bothering the heck out of me. I know I need a new mask. You don't got to tell me. I know. So then you look at the Nets. It's right there. Hold up. See it? There we go. It's off. Okay, so we look at the Nets. Like, a Nets is a team that's resting. Like, they're playing their guys. I understand they screwed me the other day. They're playing their guys, but a lot of their guys are actually resting, and their players aren't playing 30-something minutes. Same with, like, let's go look at the Blazers. The Blazers literally have everybody sitting. Same with the Grizzlies. They literally have everybody sitting. These teams are just, they're giving up. Like the Jazz, they'd have their best players sitting. Those teams are giving up. A team like the Pistons, they haven't given up. So, if you don't know about it by now, the top 6 teams make the playoffs. Then they have a play-in tournament, and it's going to be 4 teams. So they have a play-in tournament. Teams don't want to get in that play-in tournament. You do not want to get in that play-in tournament. It's more games that you have to play. It's more risky that you're not actually going to make it in the playoffs. So when you're handicapping these games right before the playoffs, is what you want to see is which teams need it. Which teams need to win and which teams don't. So when you're handicapping the games, you know the teams that, hey, they need to win. They're going to come with urgency. It's playoff time. There's no more blah, blah, blahs. So if a player's on the injury report and he's questionable and their team needs to win, best believe he's more than likely going to play. Okay? So that's a good way to do the injury report. Does this team need to win? If so, yes, he needs to play. Now, if the Celtics have somebody injured, like Jaylen Brown's out today, he's not going to force it, but I can guarantee you if he needed to, he would. Okay? Now, let's go look at the games today. You got OKC and Indianapolis. Both these teams in Indiana. Both these teams need to win, but OKC, they have 2 players that are actually injured. So Shai and Williams are both actually injured. So there's 2 guards out right there. Then you go to Portland. They're resting everybody. Washington's resting Kyle Kuzma. So it's like that's another team that like threw in the towel. Like Kuzma's been playing on and off. Charlotte throws in the towel all the time. Sacramento and Boston. This is another game where it's like the line's -9, but is this Boston team going to give it their all compared to a Sacramento team that needs to win? Like, they're thirsty. They need to win to continue to stay out the play-in tournament. They need to win. Then you got Toronto and Milwaukee. Like, look here. Giannis is questionable. Lillard's questionable for personal reasons. But is Milwaukee going to give it their all? I mean, Toronto's a team that has nothing to play for, but they're playing their guys at least. So that's another instance. Knicks and Chicago, both teams need to win. Back-to-back, you got Miami and Houston. Both teams need to win. Detroit and Memphis, that's a game where both teams are. We're going to actually touch on that game here. I'll give it as a free play. Warriors and Dallas, they need to win. This is a game where you think, does Dallas care more about winning this, or do they care more about keeping their guy? They need to keep their guys healthy so they can make a good playoff run. So do they care if they're in the play-in tournament or whatever it may be? They're going to be in the play-in tournament, but do they care about positioning in it? I don't think so. I think they just want to get in, have their guys rested, and not get blown out in the first game. Then you look at Phoenix and Minnesota. Minnesota's trying to get that first round bye. Phoenix needs it just to stay in the playoffs. So that's another game you look at it from that angle. Who's what? Another game. The Clippers need to win. Utah Jazz doesn't need to win. Clippers are on a back-to-back. Do they play their guys on a back-to-back? Maybe. Okay, so to sum it up, well, let's get to the game. I'll get to a free play for you. Uh, this is what I hate. I hate giving free plays because I don't really know what to give as a free play. I love all the plays I give, or I wouldn't bet them. But I'll give this play for you guys. It is between Detroit and Memphis. Okay, let's go to it. So Detroit's 13-63. Memphis is 26-50. Memphis is the line opened as Detroit opened as a favorite, so that tells you a lot. So if Detroit's opening up as a favorite, and the line moved to Memphis, that means a lot of people are betting Memphis. I don't see sharp money betting it. I see normal people betting it. So a lot of people are betting Memphis, and I think they're confused. I don't think people are really doing their research, and this is the thing I have. If you look at Memphis, the last couple games they played, they've had most of their guys. This game, they have Jaren Jackson, who's their big man, who's Defensive Player of the Year a couple years ago. Brandon Clark, Luke Kennard, Santi Aldama, and John Conchar. All those guys are out. That's a whole nother starting five. They are out. For Detroit, the only guy that's out that's been playing is Cade Cunningham. So they still got Jalen Duren. They still got Jaden Ivey. They still got Sasser, Troy Brown, who's a guard who could score. I personally think that Detroit comes in here. Detroit wants to win. Detroit wants to play. I think Detroit comes in here and beats Memphis. I mean, I'm looking at Memphis right now. They got Scottie Pippen Jr. playing. They got Stevens playing. They got Gigi Jackson, who's good. But I mean, like, the guys that they're playing with, like, G League guys. Like, they're literally legitimately playing with G League guys. Detroit is playing currently with, Jalen Duren's a very good bit man. Like, he gets rebounds. Dude's going to grab you rebounds. He's averaging 11.7. Jaden Ivey's dog. Who else? Malachi Flynn just dropped 50. Don't play with him. He's good. Every street baller knows that. He's good. We've seen videos over the summer. James Wiseman's good. Evan Ford, no. So, James Wiseman's good. Malachi Flynn. You got Duren. You got Sasser. You got Ivy. Troy Brown. I like that team way better. I like that team way, way, way better. I like Detroit today. So that is my free play for you. My free play is going to be Detroit +1. You can get it 1.5 on some books. I know it's not the most attractive game to bet, but I do like it a lot. I'll have a bunch of other leans that I'll continue to roll and continue to teach you guys. But as far as for this video, I do like Detroit Pistons +1 to the bank. Let's stack.